Here in Manchester, we work with a variety of different schools, ranging from early years, primary and secondary schools. We also work with some special needs schools as well. All of the schools that we work with are different in their own ways. Some of them are state schools, some are faith schools, with plenty of academies and independent schools as well. What you will find is that you'll have loads of different options and loads of different choices and plenty of variety. As a teacher coming from overseas, you've got plenty of different options in Manchester. We've got a track record of supporting people based simply on their needs and their desires. So if you want to come over to Manchester and travel Europe, you're not far from the airport. You don't have to work 5 days a week. We offer a guaranteed pay scheme whereby we can offer you the guarantee of work for 3 and sometimes 4 days a week, which would allow you to go off and do your travelling and have your nice long weekends. We do also offer long-term, full-time contracts, some of which go onto a direct contract with schools, and some of them stay on a long-term contract, giving you the flexibility that if for whatever reason you fancy a change, you're able to do that. The point being that it's flexible. We have an individual approach, so we're happy to discuss those on a one-to-one basis and see what works for you personally. And that's the great thing about it.
Hi guys, so the way that our team would support our overseas teachers is we would initially do a Zoom meeting just so we can kind of go over any queries or questions that we've got. We would always then do initial catch up. So once you've landed in the UK, we would meet you and give your DBS certificate and just kind of have a face-to-face meeting just so you can have a friendly face to meet. We would also always check in after you've been to school just to kind of get some feedback on how your day went. If it's always a long-term role, we would also get feedback from the schools as well, depending if there's any kind of additional support you need as well. I know obviously it is a long way to come, so kind of working in Canada, Australia, there will be slightly different things in terms of teaching in schools compared to the UK, so we will always support you in situations like this. We do always do face-to-face meetings and catch-ups as well, just in case you've got any issues. So if you do have any kind of issues in school or anything else, we're always here to help, me and everyone else from the Manchester branch as well. Hi guys, so my name's Zakia. I'm a primary consultant in the Manchester branch. So how we support our overseas teachers in our schools are in various different ways. So from kind of personal experience, I've got teachers from New Zealand, from Canada and in Australia, and they're all working in my Salford schools at the moment. So I feel like the most kind of important thing is that we've got a friendly community and we're quite welcoming as well. And all my schools have really supported all my overseas teachers, and I've also had really good feedback from the overseas teachers saying, you know, how kind of welcoming we've been and how accommodating we've been as well. So in terms of coming over, I won't be nervous about that, and we're always here to help in Manchester.
The 5 best things about living in Manchester are the nightlife, shopping and food. So we've got the Trafford Centre, which has over 200 shops. We've got loads of shops in the town centre. There's loads of restaurants and bars in the Northern Quarter and in Spinningfields where the office is, where you would actually come to meet us. It's also the sporting capital of the UK, so it's home to 2 of the best football teams in the world, Manchester United, who I support, and Manchester City. And there's also the Football Museum, which is popular. If you are stuck on what to do for a weekend, there's loads of walks. We're near the Peak District. There's loads of national parks local to, like, within Manchester. And if you're looking for a weekend away, there's York, Leeds and Liverpool, which are just a short train ride away. There's also really great transport links linking us to the other cities, but also within Manchester. So we do have tram lines, which are really easy to use. They're quite cheap, so you wouldn't have really a problem getting from A to B and getting from school to school, and obviously on a weekend or whatever. And then also, I'd like to say so myself, but the people in Manchester are really friendly and welcoming. It's a really diverse city. Apparently there's over 153 languages spoken in Manchester, and you'll also have a lot of other overseas teachers, ones that work with Supply Desk to meet up with and chat to, and we can also do like a WhatsApp group, and they've got great tips as well about places to live and how to find accommodation as well, which is handy.
Our closest airport is Manchester Airport, located south of the city centre. It comprises of 3 terminals with over 500 daily flights to 172 destinations and is the UK's 3rd busiest airport. You can travel from the city centre to the airport by bus or tram in under an hour, or by train in less than 20 minutes. There are plenty of really good locations in and around Manchester to find accommodation. Areas such as Ancoats, Salford, Beswick and Fallowfield are up and coming with plenty of housing options. They're all relatively central with good transport links in and out of the city centre. The average cost of a flat or apartment in these areas would be between £650 to £900 per month for a 1-bedroom apartment.